By age 20, Kylian Mbappé had already secured League One Player of the Year honors.
Away in a rearranged game in midweek and then Mess away next week.
But his ascent brought an inevitable friction with the club's hierarchy.
But respect is nothing you ask for. Respect is something you take, so it depends on you.
He began to leverage his contractual standing to assert greater influence, a move that fundamentally altered the dynamics of the dressing room. The tension was immediate. The same night his new contract was finalized, the club's established sporting director, Leonardo, was dismissed. Leonardo had frequently clashed with Mbappé's inner circle, largely due to his preference for a South American heavy squad.
And I think it's important because if you create an image of yourself that is not you.
With his departure, the internal landscape shifted. The voices of veteran leadership were systematically removed, clearing a path for Mbappé to become the singular focal point of the organization. Mauricio Pochettino's tenure serves as a case study in this loss of authority. When he attempted to enforce disciplinary standards, the board consistently intervened.
But if we play for Mbappé, we cannot play for Messi. But after when we play for Messi, Mbappé say, I have.
Effectively insulating the star player. This power imbalance culminated in the widely discussed penalty incident with Neymar, a moment that highlighted the breakdown of the established hierarchy as the designated order of takers was ignored. During a conversation at Marco Verratti's wedding, Zlatan Ibrahimović offered a poignant perspective. When asked about his career path, Zlatan's advice was clear. Staying at home is the path of least resistance, but true growth comes from venturing into the unknown. He contrasted this with Erling Haaland's approach.
I think Haaland is very intelligent in the way he's playing. He doesn't touch the ball more than he needs to, and I think he's in the perfect environment.
A player defined by his singular commitment to his role as a finisher, avoiding the urge to overreach. It was a precise, albeit subtle, diagnosis of Mbappé's own tactical identity. The institutional shift finally arrived with Luis Enrique. When the transition became inevitable in 2024, Enrique broke the precedent set by his predecessors. By rotating his squad and managing minutes, he made a definitive statement. When I decide he plays, he plays. My job is to do what is best for the team. The result was unexpected. Without the pressure of playing through a single focal point, players like Vitinha flourished. Enrique's philosophy was clear.
He did revolution in football, not only Paris Saint-Germain.
A collective unit of 4 players contributing 12 goals each is more sustainable than relying on one individual for 40. The subsequent transformation of Ousmane Dembélé from a player sidelined by physical concerns to the engine of the team vindicates the idea that culture and work ethic, rather than marquee names, define a winning institution. However, this brings us to a complex reality regarding his move to Madrid. Mbappé joined a squad that had already conquered Europe through a fluid, unpredictable system featuring Vinicius, Bellingham, and Rodrigo. The uncomfortable truth is this: the squad was already complete. By integrating a player who functions as a singular brand, the existing tactical puzzle faced structural instability. When the system began to struggle, the internal conflict between established roles and new expectations became apparent. The reality remains that top-tier football in the modern era requires total defensive transition, a commitment to the collective that goes beyond individual production. Zlatan Ibrahimović famously possessed a massive ego, yet it was one that served the team, drawing pressure away from his teammates to facilitate their success. It serves as a reminder that in the highest levels of professional sport, the most successful stars are those who allow the system to exist around them, rather than forcing the system to bend for them.